So the Kansas City Chiefs are not done, and they're still trying to make active moves. They just replaced They just placed Rashid Rice on the injury report, so Rashid Rice to be out for at least a month. So the Kansas City Chiefs, they're out here trying to get a wide receiver. They're trying to make this team better. They're trying to go for that 3P. And I believe they will go for that 3P. Now, if you look at this Kansas City Chiefs defense, they're holding their own. They allowed 10 points in the first quarter to the Los Angeles Chargers. And then that was the final score for the Chargers for the whole game. So the Kansas City Chiefs defense is very elite. Now, if you look at this wide receiver room, obviously it has some holes due to the fact that Rashid Rice and Hollywood Brown is hurt. Before the season, we thought Rashid, Hollywood, and Worthy would be an insane trio, and that Mahomes have an amazing year, but it hasn't been like that. Both of them players being out now that kind of puts us in a situation where we have to look for a wide receiver. And some names that's been listed is DeAndre Hopkins, somehow Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, and Devontae Adams. Now, I haven't made a video on Deontay Johnson or Amari Cooper yet, but I will make a video on them too. But right now, this video is about how good would the Kansas City Chiefs be if they get a guy like Deontay Johnson or if they get a guy like Amari Cooper. And if you ask me, the Kansas City Chiefs would be pretty damn good because Amari Cooper is one of the greatest route runners of our generation. And Deontay Johnson's a very fast, speedy wide receiver that could also route run pretty well, that could really play with any quarterback. He's never had a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. So if you give a guy like Deontay Johnson a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, Amari Cooper a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, that changes everything. And then you give Mahomes a proven playmaker that could separate, that could get open without having to be schemed open, then it'll be very, very good. So if you add a wide receiver to this wide receiver room and then the offense starts looking better, to combine with that lethal Chiefs defense that they have, it would definitely change everything, and I'm willing to see it. I cannot wait. But yeah, man, to be honest, the Chiefs, they have options at wide receiver, and there is trades that's possible. They even had one perfect trade that sends the Titans star wide receiver to the Chiefs, and that's DeAndre Hopkins, obviously. And the Tennessee Titans, they have been starting to be mentioned quite a bit in the NFL rumor mill. After a 1-3 start to the season, many believe that they could consider trading off some veteran talent. And one player that's been starting to receive some buzz is the star veteran wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins. So Hopkins is now a 32-year-old player, but he would interest a lot of teams, And if he's made available, there has been speculation that the Kansas City Chiefs would be a potential trade suitor to give Patrick Mahomes yet another weapon. So this is what the trade would look like. Tennessee Titans received Sky Moore and a 2025 third-round pick, and the Kansas City Chiefs received DeAndre Hopkins. That would be a beautiful trade. You add a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, and you get rid of a guy like Sky Moore that we don't want on our team, and a third-round pick, which is nothing. That's really nothing right there. So with this move, the Titans would bring back a young wide receiver who is expected to become an impact player, and he hasn't developed into being that kind of player yet, but he's also only 24 years old. And maybe a change of scenery and a bigger opportunity, he could turn his career around, And Tennessee will also open up more playing time for Treylon Burks, while the Kansas City Chiefs get a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, who is somebody that they really, really need right now. And giving up a third round pick to boost their chances for third straight Super Bowl by getting a player like DeAndre Hopkins is not really the worst thing in the world. So that's why I can see the Kansas City Chiefs definitely doing that now. My question is, are the Kansas City Chiefs really going to go for a wide receiver? Because if we do go for a wide receiver, my 5 receivers are Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, and what's my other one? Tyreek Hill, but I doubt that's going to happen. But Demarcus Robinson is also an okay option. Christian Kirk will also be an all-right option. So that's something we should look out for as well. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they're not looking good right now. Aren't they like 0-4? So, yeah. But Deontay Johnson, he's set to hit free agency in 2025, so that makes him a one-year rental for a contender. He holds a base salary of $7 million this year, and the Panthers are 1-3, and no matter how well quarterback Andy Dalton plays, their eyes are on the long term. So, yeah, I'll be pretty good to see right there. And Amari Cooper, though, on the other hand, is a pretty realistic trade option for the Chiefs. He's got the route running chops to get himself open from the outside. And Cooper has only the 2024 season left on his current contract, in which he earns a base salary of $1.2 million. His cap hit would be no more than $933,000. That makes him a player that the Kansas City Chiefs could afford. So with Cleveland now 1-3, the Browns might be ready to make a deal. So last season, the 5-time Pro Bowl receiver racked up 1,250 yards and 5 touchdowns through the air. And that's the 7th 1,000-yard campaign of his career. Cooper is 30 years old, which is, that's not really that bad. With a guy who can route run like him, he still has some years left in him. And he continues to show the skills that make him a true #1 target. He's a pure route runner who can align on the outside or in the slot. Cooper could get open downfield, and he has a knack of making tough catches in traffic. He's made 4 contested catches just this season alone. Now, there is a downside. He now leads the NFL in drops, which is at 4. But that could just be about playing with Cleveland's shaky quarterbacks, So it's certainly a point that the Chiefs should consider. And then Deontay Johnson, on the other hand, has been doing very well. Between weeks 3 and 4, Johnson caught 15 passes for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the Kansas City Chiefs are looking like they could possibly pull off something here, right? They might be able to pull off something here. I really think they could. And I think that if Veach is really locked in and he wants a wide receiver, it's going to happen. And Amari Cooper is actually possible. If they traded for Amari Cooper, who is 30 years old, the Chiefs would take on $941,000 in salary, which is good. Imagine Amari Cooper with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a perfect fit. He's a perfect fit for KC. Cooper will be a league-changing acquisition, and one that will most definitely have the NFL nervous. So if this whole thing with Amari Cooper and the Kansas City Chiefs does work out, it's going to get scary for the NFL. And I don't see how the Kansas City Chiefs don't win a ring after getting a guy like Amari Cooper. Like, he's a dude that could change a whole offense. He's a dude that's going to get open. He's a dude that's going to get Xavier Worthy open. He's going to be an absolute beast for the Kansas City Chiefs. And me personally, man, I just can't wait to see it. It's going to be very fun to watch. I believe that it could definitely happen, but obviously it's other players that the Kansas City Chiefs are also going to try to go for. But Amari Cooper sounds like the most likely one to me. And after Amari Cooper, I have to go with Deontay Johnson to be the second most likely to me, if you ask me. So the Kansas City Chiefs, they're doing what it takes, and they're out there actively trying to get a wide receiver. Brett Veach is never scared to make a move. Sometimes he just can't do it due to the biasness, but he should be able to get one off this year. Everybody's playing ass in the NFL. I mean, why should they really care? Just trade your players, bro, and focus on next year. That's what a lot of teams need to do. But yeah, it's been your boy Chiefs Priority. And if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. I'm back. I'm consistent again. And I'm coming for what's mine. And that's Chiefs YouTube. I'm taking this over. Trust me, I don't care about anybody else who's bigger than me or anything like that. I'm coming. I'm going to keep making content for y'all. Chiefs Priority. I'm out. Peace.